Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting of the Rutland Town Select Board. This is our regular meeting. Today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. It is 6 p.m. and we have Karen Russell, Mary Ashcroft, Joe Denardo, and Kurt Hathaway present. And we don't have Bill Sweet, so any technical glitches are entirely my fault.
Not how you delegate authority.
I know. Anyway, if you will rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We'll start with the approval of the select board minutes for February 10th. And 1, 2, 3.
Move to approve.
Kurt's moved to approve. Joe, why don't you second?
Second.
Sharon wasn't here.
That's right. You forgot to.
Okay, any additions, deletions, corrections? I do have one, and that is on the last page. Under Bill Sweet, Town Administrator. The paragraph under 1 and 2, where it said reviewed a meeting of the intermunicipal committee had with Rutland City officials. We didn't have an intermunicipal committee meeting. The Rutland City officials reached out to Rutland Town officials, and I reported on that to you folks. It wasn't a meeting, it was just a, are you willing to talk kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've changed that to Rutland City officials reached out to Rutland Town officials regarding water systems. Okay, that would be the change I would propose, if it's okay with you folks.
Yeah.
Anything further? If not, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So 3 in favor, Matt's not here, and Sharon's abstaining because she wasn't present. There you go. Did you guys see the? Yeah, okay. So next is then the approval of the orders. Joe, you saw these two?
Approve.
Motion's been made to approve and seconded. Any discussion of any of them? If not, all in favor of approving the orders, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Next, are there any board member announcements? Oh, happy belated birthday, Sharon, from a couple of weeks ago. And congratulations on your wedding, Kurt, also from a couple of weeks ago. You're welcome. Update from Selectboard Chair. Well, we tried to get a T-Mobile grant for our pocket park, but we were not successful. We did get the news today that we didn't get it. But Barbara and Bill did a terrific job putting it together. And that's formed the basis for what we then gave to Robert Clark to put together his proposal. So the time was not lost. Just the money. All right. Any questions from the floor or any public comments? Mr. Lemieux? Nothing? No?
Ma'am.
Okay. And I don't know if anyone's there, but no one has spoken up from the Zoom group. So, all right, moving right along. Ed Dumas, or shall we say Ted Washburn, Town Police Chief.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Look, I only have one thing.
Okay.
Our level 3 applicant has taken the background packet, so they are working on that now. Whenever they get it back to us, then I'll start the background.
Okay. Good. Glad it's moving forward.
Yep.
And that will fill the one vacancy in the police department if everything goes well.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
And that
Questions?
I have
of
nothing
our
else.
police department? I will say that we had another elder person in town who was scammed, and I got the call this afternoon. Ted and the police department are doing a good job pulling advice together and running through what they need to do in order to protect their assets further. So unfortunately, we're getting practice at getting this. These people be very, very careful. All of us get scammed. All of us do. So just be careful. Check and double check. Any questions for our police department? That's easy.
Awesome.
Okay, you're up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mike Rowe, Town Rec Director.
See if you can beat that, Michael.
Oh, I could. Good evening. Nope, a couple things. Things are still progressing along with our winter activities. The rink is open still. People can go skate. It just got plowed and I'll finish clearing it to tomorrow. Basketball season is kind of winding down. We have our big tournament at the Galactic. We have a couple teams in. That's in like 3 weeks. We'll be doing some spring baseball clinics in the evening for our K6 baseball program. So we're going to start doing that, something new. Start inside and then hopefully progress outside. We had our baseball directors meeting last week and we're plugging along with getting our spring season going sooner rather than later. We had our last senior grab and go lunch today, and I really need a huge shout out to my celebrity chefs who spent lots more time than they thought they would on cooking the food for our senior citizens, which were tremendously grateful for what we provided for them. You got a little sample of what we had left over today. But it was great and I couldn't have done it without them. So, Marcia Chioffi was a celebrity chef. Jeff Colomb was also our celebrity chef. I'm not talking to my, yeah, I get it. And, Stan Blickhart was our celebrity chef. And to those people, and Sharon Russell was also one of our celebrity chefs who actually cooked the final meal, or partially. I did the pasta and she made the sauce. So we've been serving close to 70 people these past 7 weeks, and it only grows. And they're just, it worked out way better than I thought. So we will continue this practice next fall. We will be having our full sit down senior luncheon, which speaking of scams, I was just speaking with Teddy and he will be at the next one and that's going to be on the 24th. And the chief gave me the kind of okay with the slang. We talked back and forth about using the center fire station to host our sit down, in-person meeting. We'll save him some of the leftover food or invite him to come right over on his lunch break. So they'll be getting an email. They know that the seniors know that this is happening. So.
And what day is that?
Well, that is Tuesday, the 24th of March.
Because today would be Tuesday, the 24th of February.
Spooky ooky. Yep. So anyway, 1 month from today will be our first sit down hangout, and Teddy's going to come in and talk about scams and all that with their seniors. So that would be pretty cool. And then the only other thing I'm trying to think of is that I would ask for a brief executive session over personnel at the end of the meeting. Please and thank you.
You're going to hang around for that?
Yes, I will. Okay.
Any questions for our rec director? You should know that we volunteered you. We being Matt and I, when we met as the intermunicipal committee.
I forgot my hearing aid. What did you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You volunteered me.
We did, but it was and we'll have a number of things to take up on that. But one thing, we wanted to do something for the 4th of July between the town and the city, not between, but together. So basic planning, we just said we should have their rec director come talk with our rec director. So you're going to be in touch, if you would please, with April, my niece.
Is there a background? Is there something I need to know?
Well, there's going to be
a parameter you want or something you're looking for?
A couple of things. I'm going to ask the select board if we can chip in $1,000 toward the big fireworks display, which will be at the fairgrounds. And that's part of where a lot of events are going to be that day. We're going to possibly do a Friday night live, but instead of downtown, maybe up at Northwood.
Okay.
These are all things that were floated, and there's probably going to be a parade of some kind, but instead of the usual right within the city, it might start in the town and come in. So chief, there
Oh,
might be some,
parade.
and I don't know what the plow guys are gonna do, but it's probably be out plowing.
They'll be still
Fourth of
plowing.
July.
Gonna save you some
So-
snow and bring it.
So is this
Or they're gonna
that
plow the roads.
in concrete that it's the 4th of
No,
July?
this is very early planning stages, but I do believe the fireworks are set for the 4th of July.
So I'm reaching out to April or April's reaching out to
It doesn't matter.
Because I
Just-
know April for a long time.
Sure. So have I, actually.
So is the city rec doing the fireworks? Cause there was
No.
no,
No, it
They're-
is
they're not-
private. It's called
okay, that's a different,
Fireworks Over Rutland, something creative like that.
okay, so that's a different entity.
It's the different entity, but the city's kicking in, the town, if we agree to it, will kick in. And then they've been raising a lot of money from private donors. I think they're around $25,000-$30,000. So it's going to be one heck of a big display. Yeah. And that takes care of the,
Yeah, cause if you look at that, if you look at number 7, Mary, since we're
Yes.
talking fireworks.
That's the price of fireworks.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Um,
That's what I'm working on.
yeah, they're talking about 20 grand.
20 grand.
Just for our normal show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that is based on.
Price of them. And then it gets more if you want to do more.
So, well, as long as we're on the topic, is there a motion to chip in $1,000 toward the 4th of July fireworks
Is that
at the
enough?
fairgrounds? The city's
I mean, we have money, we have the money. Is that enough to help out?
Let's start with that.
Okay.
And I think they're doing very, very well fundraising.
I move for donating 500 for the 4th of July fireworks.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to donate $1,000 toward the group putting together fireworks for the 4th of July at the fairgrounds. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Okay.
Oh, that's what this was.
So just very, very rough, you've heard what we were thinking. Anybody know of any problems why we couldn't participate along some of those lines?
What day is it? 4th of July?
It's a
Saturday.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get that too often.
No.
Well, every 7 years.
No, maybe. No, because there's a leap year in there and it jumps one. So
Is
then
this what, are you having a holiday?
they roll in the dice.
Am I
Vacation?
having a holiday? I haven't taken the 4th of July off in 24 years.
Well,
So the answer would be,
okay.
so I'm assuming the pool will be open like it normally is.
The snow's gone.
If the snow's gone.
Mhm.
Yes. Or we could have sliding.
That's what I said. Those guys are gonna be plowing the road so we can have a parade.
It'd be a cold pool. It'd be a cold plunge.
Yeah.
It'd be. No, I think that's fine. I think it's a wonderful idea, and we have obviously plenty of space up there to be very creative.
Good.
And depending on what the city, when April and I talk with because they have a lot more different locations, but that could actually be a really cool thing to spread people out,
Very cool.
to go to different events at different locations.
Yeah, that might be.
So we could just be an off ramp, depending on where they're going.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you and happy
idea.
planning.
No problem. I love it. Lisa wasn't being a moderator, so I guess I'm okay. So am I good?
Anything else for Dave? He'll be back for executive session.
I
Thank
think-
you. Yep.
Did Bill get a price from somebody else and that's what this is?
No, I think you're right.
This is
Yeah.
pyrotechnical.
Okay,
Yeah,
that might be
before it
different.
was North Star.
North Star, yeah.
Or did these people take over from North Star? Didn't he say there was a
Yeah.
change?
Last time I drove by North Star, it was still North Star, but that was.
But I do
That was
believe
2
they
months
were
ago.
bought out.
They were about out.
Really?
That's what I thought.
Either way, I don't think we're spending 20 grand.
Yeah.
No.
So, well, let's wrap this thing up by saying, is there any motion concerning the $20,000
No.
fireworks display proposal? Motion's been made to say no.
Do we have to say no? We don't have to do anything.
We don't have to do anything, but
We're not
just
interested.
to tidy it up.
Okay.
So we've made
So I make a motion
Joey did.
Oh, you
And
did,
Kurt
second.
Okay.
No?
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor of saying no to the $20,000 fireworks display, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye to say no. Okay, yes.
Can I? So moving forward, we always budget money forever for fireworks. So maybe, and it's hard to get the date of when you actually want to do it, since we gave it up. And I know obviously this year is completely different because it's a 250. So would it be in our best interest to talk to this group to see if they're continuing with this project of supporting the fireworks, and then maybe us budgeting and committing a bit more in the years to come? Is a thought, rather, because it's not something you can just pull off in a week and say, oh yeah, we'll do the fireworks. You have to plan in advance if you're gonna have that kind of a show. But if they're gonna continue, would it be in our best interest to contribute, since where they shoot them off is a bigger spot? So I just want to throw that out there. I'm sure we put it in the budget for next year.
We have,
Okay, so
but not for the amount that,
I understand that. But what my point is that maybe we have a discussion to see if this is going to be an ongoing thing, and maybe we're a little bit more.
well, at least for the year 2027, because that's Vermont's independence 250th celebration. So at least one more year. Yeah.
But it might be a nice thing moving forward, because there was talk of doing the incremental fireworks, and maybe that leads to that.
Financially, it's probably going to be the end result.
Yeah.
Instead of two communities trying to do it, it may be better if we just do something together.
So I'm just saying, let's maybe try to be more proactive ahead of the game, if we're willing to do that.
Yeah. Well, talk with April,
I will.
and that could very well be part of it. And then I think we're going to try and do an intermunicipal committee meeting in like April, which is probably a little late, but we'll see how things are coming together. They gotta get a new mayor first.
We need
And a
to,
couple pencils.
we need to follow up with Bill where we're at with all this too, because
Yes.
this is just July 5th, so I don't know if the price is different between townwide celebration and July 5th because of the demand, or
July 5th.
this
Oh, is that the
price is for
proposal?
July. Yeah, this
There
is for
was,
July
there
5th.
was a,
Wow.
for like, this townwide celebration date on there too.
Well,
And it was
there
the
is
same
an August
price.
15th date.
A lot of it was the tariffs. They
Yep.
can't get the stuff.
Right.
So it didn't matter if it
Yeah, I
was the
missed-
fourth of there was one with the townwide day on it.
Oh.
The 16th or the 15th or whatever.
I guess I missed that one.
That's okay. He did.
You
Okay.
know, we
It
used
was
to do
pretty
other
good.
stuff in the old days. It wasn't always fireworks. It was parades and it was,
Yeah, no, I
you know, all kinds of stuff. So just
think
have
it'd
to
be
be
cool to see
creative.
what we can pull off.
Yes.
Okay, Chris Clark, Town Fire Chief.
You missed Dave.
Oh, thanks.
Dave, oh, that's the,
That means I can go, right?
no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no, no.
Big time.
Did he flinch?
Marcia sank.
You know, Dave, I've been telling you about that pothole in front of my driveway.
It just got bigger.
Okay, Chief.
Not a lot tonight. I met with, you guys know Wade from BLCT. He came to the new building last week, met with me. I pointed out, really, that the boilers have never been inspected by the state, just a little tag.
Yep.
So, should have been done last year.
Probably when we moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wondered if
Theirs,
the contractor should have had them,
you know.
but anyway.
He's taking care of it, but he's gonna send the guy to some other insurance company to do it, so. Not a big deal. Pointed out the sprinkler. Was almost out of inspection, so I got that done. That's all done, Ted. But it was a good meeting. We did well, like usual, so. Last Wednesday, we went out and did about 3 hours of hydrant shoveling. So for all the snow plowers in the room. The John Deere place was horrible. I know you plow that. That took a long time. That was deep.
Yep, that one probably was deep.
Yep.
Yep.
So that took a lot of shovels and
Forgot
one
about
right
that
out
one.
here in front of this building. was buried also. So just, you tell your guys to keep an eye on that one. I appreciate it.
Forgot about the one at John Deere.
Maybe when we get our tractor back. If and when, you could talk to Rec and Highway and throw that on a trailer. And go from hydrant to hydrant with that on a trailer. That'll move a lot of the bigger stuff without. That might be just a thought. We have the machine.
Yeah.
Somebody in that fire department ought to be able to operate it.
No, I can. I got
Yeah.
a Boda with a nice engine.
So anyway, it's just a thought, future.
Yeah.
We have the equipment, you know, and it's easier in shoveling.
Yeah, that one just came to mind because we had to use it once, but
Yeah.
no big deal. We got it. I was talking to Wade and he said there's a VLCT grant out, which Billy told us all.
Okay.
And Center Rutland's the only building without cameras outside. So I was going to try to put in for that. Any objection? I
No.
don't know why they were never.
The
Fire station, yeah. A lot of
A lot of stuff
activity
goes on down there.
especially out behind it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
just looking for outside. I don't care about inside, but if you don't care, I'm gonna pursue that.
That's your job.
So I think that's all I got. Just got a question.
Okay, any questions for our fire chief? Oh, good, thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Let's see. Can we call on Dave Sears? I'm road commissioner.
Already? So in light of the tractor discussion, it has allegedly been delivered back to our shop this afternoon about 3:30 or so. He called me and said they want, but
I'll believe it when I get there tomorrow.
I got an email saying that was back over there. So
Okay.
Like,
hopefully
like with the new engine in it?
it's all done.
Wow.
It got
Some tires
delayed
on it.
a few days because they've reassembled it and the 3-point hitch wouldn't work.
Oh,
And they couldn't figure out why the 3-point hitch wouldn't work. So they put it on the truck and drove it to Rutland. Magically cured the 3-point hitch.
Kind of the issue in the beginning. The 3-point hitch was slow to go and lift and stay, and then that's when that seal broke and brought us down that alley, so you might want to make sure, if I remember correctly, there was, before I was driving it, they're like, yeah, if the 3-point it wasn't acting, but we just thought it was like the hydrant. So, well, that turned into where we are
okay.
now, so I would,
Under warranty, so they'll break it.
but we might want to wait another 10 months.
No.
Just saying, just.
How long
And
is
hopefully
the
they brought
warranty?
back Dave, hopefully they brought back.
It might be a 3-year
Okay.
on the
And
end.
that
On the
was
engine.
attached to
On
it.
the engine, okay.
The premises, the rototiller was on.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's
Back
on
on
as
it.
well, yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
No, I'm glad you're
I just-
mentioning these things because we
Well,
need
I
to make
remember
sure.
that, and
Yeah.
And if they said something,
You guys are gonna put it through its paces and make sure it works.
Well, yes,
And
because if it's there, tomorrow it's going down to the south end of town and do sidewalks with a snow blower and break 7,000 shear pins, so.
Yeah.
Cause that stuff's gotta be like cement down there by now.
It's supposed to be warm tomorrow. The afternoon it might blow a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Loosen her up.
before or after we get the next 3 inches.
Right. After, cause it's supposed to snow in the morning.
Right.
In that light, snow contractors are at 44 calls. Got a little over 100 ton of salt left. We've been metering that out slowly and with any luck we'll make it, cause I still can't get any. And then this is kind of a clerical thing, but the green folder, we have lots to sign, lots. So the first thing is the VTrans financial plan.
This is the one we saw, but it wasn't filled in.
Right.
last week.
It is filled in
So
now.
It's now filled in. This is
Yeah.
number 1.
Yeah.
And it's got our We have 3 roads and it's got our split of winter and non-winter maintenance and culvert replacement. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Anything else we should know?
No, it's
Really?
the standard stuff every year. We just. In the transfer from Bill to myself, we missed that bottom section last meeting, or we would have been done last meeting.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Circulating this for signature. Okay,
Next thing is the hydrant maintenance agreement with the city of Rutland.
this is number 2.
The newest updated version. The only real change, there's a couple changes, but the main change is, excuse me, that they're going from $50 a hydrant to $100 a hydrant per year for the maintenance. And then there's some recording and reporting stuff that they're going to provide for us after the hydrant flushing is done, after the maintenance is done. So we know if there's any hydrants that are broken or, you know, inoperable, and get those fixed.
Is this similar to what we have done in the past? Except the price has gone up.
The price has gone up, and yeah, basically the entire thing is the same, other than, like I said, the reporting stuff. They're gonna give us an actual report. Usually it's just what we've been getting in the past was like a verbal.
Yeah.
They call up and say, hey, we went to the, you know, these 3 hydrants were broken. Do you want us to fix them, kind of thing. Now they're actually gonna give us a report. And then the price increase.
Highway,
We looked over it. Good to go.
it's okay. Good to go. Is there a motion coming from over here?
I think move to approve. Authorize the board chair sign. It's like there's one line.
Is there a second? And motion is seconded. Any further discussion or anything we should know?
So
Are these the Schedule A, are these the bad ones to be filled in?
that'll be the. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how the report's gonna look.
That's their template.
Trying to think of what that word.
The template.
Okay, all in favor of the motion to approve the maintenance agreement, please say aye.
All right.
Aye. Motion carries. All right.
And then next, we have some stuff from Otter Creek Engineering. The stuff was signed, it's all the same stuff, they just changed the dates. It's the stuff that you guys signed, for the Stratton Road culvert replacement. It's just, it was signed like in 2023, I believe, and they just wanted something updated. So, the first one is the wetlands permit.
Okay, so is that in here?
It should be in there, yes.
I see a lot of little yellow tabs. in
Yeah,
there.
there's some of the bright fluorescent yellow, orange, green. Okay. This is only because these 3 documents from Otter Creek Engineering, you have approved them in the past. OCE is asking for you to sign a new set. This is only because of the amount of time since you last signed them. They are the same except for the date. 4 spots to sign, labeled 1 person to sign.
Board chair and sign on behalf of the town.
The Wetlands Program Permit Application Database form. Motion's been made to approve and have the chair sign. Is there further look at it? Goes
Or
on.
do we
It
want?
goes on, there's more.
More together.
Oh, there's more.
I know.
So there's the database wetlands form. There is the application for Department of Army permit. And that would be Army Corps of Engineers, I would guess.
Yes.
Unnamed tributary of Mussey Brook. There is the Watershed Management Division Rivers Program. Oh, we gotta pay, okay, $200 fee. Stream alteration general permit, should we need to do any? And where's the, that's 3.
That was
Is there a
it.
fourth- oh, there is a 4th one. Must have missed it. No, one gets signed twice. Because once wasn't enough.
Are they all one signatures or are some of them multiples?
think they're probably all
I
one.
think they're all one.
Yeah,
It looks like all one.
they're real fun to have to keep in the cab of the excavator, take a pull out.
Is there another one over there, Mary?
There's
I
one
see
here.
another tab
There's
sticking out,
one, two.
or is
there
that one
is.
we already signed?
Haven't
the
signed
fol-
any of them yet.
No, in
because
the
you haven't-
folder, in the
so,
folder itself.
This is one that I've already signed. That was the one we just.
Okay.
That was the
Okay.
fire hydrant one. All right, so what's your pleasure with these 4 permits that we have signed in the past that motion's been made to have?
I'll amend my motion to allow the chair to sign on behalf of the town on all 4 documents that were previously signed by.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Now,
Okay, motion carries 4-0.
I know what.
All right.
And then while you're doing that, the only other thing that I have is our 2.5 hour committee meeting that by the grace of God, I hope the committee can summarize in less than 2.5 hours.
we met with the District 5 people. They've spent some time and money on the grant, to come up with a plan to run water up there. And we basically told them that they're gonna run water, run a 10-inch main from the city to where you're going so that you can just add on as time goes. And by doing that, that will allow, if the town wants to be the owner of that main so that any work that would be done on it, there would be O&M that would go to the town, because usually as mains go in the ground, the town takes possession of them.
They're looking at a forgivable loan.
Yeah.
Program.
Oh, good.
Right, so to
So
fund.
it's kind of a hands-off project for the town, something the fire district's gonna take care of, their engineers gonna take care of it, bid it, they're gonna put it in the ground and obviously there's some paperwork to be signed between city, town and engineers and contractors, but pretty much hands off for us.
Are we okay with owning this? And the city water goes through it and we get an O&M on it. That was your point last meeting, I remember.
Yeah.
Good.
And we had them upsize the pipe from what they were originally talking, so that we can extend it. Any upgrades we do to it or adding of a system up there, we can do that with what they're gonna put in the ground. So we can build off it.
Any downside for the town? What happens if it breaks? Who fixes?
City through the contract that we have.
We will pay for that.
We'll
It's
pay
like,
for
I think
that.
this will be very similar to the Gleason Road main that goes to Heritage Hill and all that. Remember, Russell put that in and then there was that going back and forth who owned it. And I do believe in the end, we ended up with it.
Do you need any motion on this or it's just?
I don't think so at this.
It's still in the talking phase, really. I mean, their next move was to go to the city and work out their details with them, and then it'll have to all be all meshed together at some
And I
point.
think they've got to do some redesigning a little bit because they were talking running basically
6-inch
the
main.
bare minimum. like
Six,
three or
6 to
four
4.
or 6-inch pipe up there. And we said, well, if you're gonna dig a hole, put it in the ground. And if you can get funding to do this. And I think having the board, the town backing what they're doing will give them, I got the impression that gives them some leverage toward upsizing to a 10-inch main with our, requests and our reasoning for that.
So just remembering past discussions on other buried pipes. Who's responsible for the as-built plans after it's?
I think once they get going, we'll ask them for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be part of it.
It's probably gonna be part of they're probably gonna need them to get their loan forgiveness anyway, so
Yeah, everything.
we'll make sure we get provided with them.
Because I believe they do not do individual meters on their people in the fire district.
Yeah.
They pay
They all pay equal.
a monthly water bill.
So they're gonna have to figure that out as a
That,
fire
you know,
district.
there will probably be one meter.
There'd be like a big master meter where it comes into their tank.
Into their well house and their tank. And then they'll have to figure out how they're gonna distribute that to their individual.
They're still using their cistern and their booster pump.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough city water pressure up there to provide pressure to a house. They're talking about like 4 or 5 PSI into their cistern. So you're not really gonna be able to use a fire hydrant at all. But that's part of whatever we look to, 10 or 20-year program on booster pumps and water tanks and whatnot. But this 10-inch section of main will get us in the right direction.
And I do believe it will be buried in the right way of the road.
Yep.
Which is different, because at one point they were talking about trying to go cross lots through Velcros and they look funny.
Remember that part of it.
Yeah, there is, so they'll probably go up, they're gonna go up Killington Avenue and they go wherever they have to, which I think in the long run is way better.
Okay,
They're more than happy to do it.
Yeah.
so the risk for us is they're gonna dig up our road, but
It should be the edge of the road. And hopefully it won't be, it'll be better out of the road, right?
Yeah, they'll probably get 3.
It'll be in the road. There really isn't any place up there to put it out of the road. There's houses all along there. It's gonna be in the road, but I mean, that'll all be part of
Well, it's just that.
the restoration. When the project is over, they're gonna have to put the road back, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either we dig up the road or they dig up the road.
Right.
Better if they do it, we don't have to pay for it.
we should clear up that. Who notifies whom when the road gets dug up by a water district? Yeah.
I think they've got
Well, as soon as
3 years.
yeah, they're talking 2027 is when they like to see construction.
Yeah,
That's-
a couple years, so they got some time to figure this out, and we'll just make sure we're in touch, and I'm hoping they'll be back to us with a set of plans, show us what they're gonna be doing, and then at that time, we'll just tell them, well, this is what the town requires for digging.
And a contract for.
They're gonna put that
ongoing
out,
for
yeah, they'll put that
our-
out to bid. Hopefully somebody local gets it, that knows what's going on,
Okay. All right,
because I think a lot of those fire districts up there use the same small subcontractor to do a lot of their digging.
Yeah, they won't be doing this project though.
No,
It's
no,
pretty
no.
sizable work.
Yeah, but the distribution lines, I think it's the same contractor does a lot of those fire districts.
But they had
But this,
they had a leak on the development across the road a month and a half ago or so. And they had a different contractor was in there, so the contractor you're thinking about might be kind of actually a little.
did they let you know before they dug?
They did.
oh, okay, we're making progress.
They didn't get in right away, but they called us and told us that they were digging and, they called back later that day. We didn't quite get there. We got to dig closer to the road. But we don't think we're going to be in the road. We went and checked them the next day and they were 10 feet away from the road. All
Perfect.
Well,
They
you're,
communicated it.
Yeah.
while you're still here, it looks like we have a reimbursement request that's going to VTrans, and it looks like it's JP's sidewalk.
Yeah, it is.
Stephanie Burke as project manager, so yes, that would be correct. So that needs to be signed. We're requesting $3,719.38. Is that ringing a bell with anyone?
It's probably for work done. We haven't had.
It
a
is
meeting in a
work done,
while.
and
Um,
yeah, they referenced a meeting a while ago, and Stephanie's time and the Regional Planning Commission's time and Stan Tech has got some time in there. So, is there a motion by the,
Move to approve.
motion's been made to approve the request? Is there a second?
Second.
For reimbursement?
Yeah.
Okay, this,
Is that a use line?
that is a me sign, if that's okay with
Yeah.
folks. Is that all
Mhm.
kind of motion? All right, I thought I heard it.
Preferred.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Hmm.
This is a 20% match. That's what the town's
Yeah.
share is. So that's a good deal. Okay. And I'm seeing if there's anything else while you're sitting here. that we can have you do. Took care of fire hydrant, took care of. Sewer allocation, Bill usually reports on these, but since you're up here, this is number 4, sewer allocation. This is for the car wash.
Yep.
And you will recall that we found that they were using more than what they anticipated. So they are requesting a increase on what they're using. Let's see, 5,286 gallons
Yeah.
per day.
which is like 26 grand.
26,
$46,430 that we will recover and put into our water fund.
We have to approve.
We
it, I guess.
have to approve, but no signature is required.
So I move to approve.
Motion's been made to approve and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Daydreaming.
Motion carries 4-0. Good.
So there was, some discussion at our meeting
Yes.
regarding this bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Bill has dug up some funding, or there is possibly some funding available. So, I'm not sure. I know he was talking about, but, it's something he wanted to know if we wanted to pursue this again and see if there was some grant funding to restore that bridge, the old twin bridge that's on the East Pittsford Road. Get it moved. I think we talked about moving it. This, I believe this goes back to 09 maybe.
I was
when
gonna
we
say, I
did
think
this.
Byron
Started this and
got the
then I
whole
think
thing
it,
together and the select board said no.
right,
That's what
well,
happened.
and I think there is the possibility of funding, so.
Yeah, good.
We,
Where would we move it to? What do
Well,
we, is that like phase?
Bill brought up the pocket park, but we thought that that would be a little bit touchy, so the idea is to move it to Northwood. And put it somewhere up there where, with some, stuff inside with the history, whatever we can find, when it was built, the best that we can tell, how it got damaged. Anybody has any photos when they sat there? I think somewhere there's a photo of the two of them and the water lapping at them
Oh,
somewhere from the 47 flood, so, I don't know if we need to have a motion, but he wanted to know, and
Yeah.
he told me to make sure I brought this, so.
okay. So,
Like that. And then the
you have
other,
no problem with Bill pursuing a possible grant for that work? At least to stabilize the
I
thing.
mean, if it ends up only being time, but it would be nice because it's been 16 years since we started talking about this, and I'm worried now, or a little more, not quite that many years, but I'm worried that the underpinnings of it now are where it's sitting on the ground up there might be compromised, but I think that there's restoration available to get that back to what it would have looked like.
Often is.
Yeah, so it would be interesting. And then there was a lengthy discussion about section of Quarter Line Road going from class 4 to class 3, and somebody in the state has nothing to do because they want to know, there's no supporting documentation when it went from class 4 to class 3, and it happened sometime around 2009, but when it changed on our list of
Can
mileage.
you look in the road book?
Bill did look there and he couldn't find anything.
Okay.
He searched everything. He couldn't find anything. So he has a little bit more detail on this than I do, but we talked about it. He talked to, I think her name is Kari at the state, and she's the one that dug this up. And so we have a couple options available to us. One is to designate the entire stretch of Quarter Line that's dirt as class 3 and get paid for it in our the mileage thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
We wouldn't really have to do anything to make it wider, better, like
Isn't that a 4-rod right of way up there?
3 rods.
Well,
No, it's a 4 road.
it's 4. Yeah.
It's a military road.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's different.
Yeah, I remember.
So
Byron
we
talking
own
about
people's
that.
lawns.
Oh, if we wanted to, we could go up there and put a super highway in, but we don't need to.
That's part of the old,
Crown Point Road.
Crown Point Road, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's documentation that she's saying here that goes back to 1970.
We think, we think it's like a little section in the middle of the class 3 section.
So what it,
It's
don't know
the
if the map is in
drilling
there, but
part.
there's a map-
That's where they
there's a map that
mustered and
shows-
that's
yeah.
where they would drill because there's one like that, I think, in Westminster.
Yeah.
Wider
Oh,
to
yeah.
provide the military.
Well,
so there's,
I thought it was a paved portion.
the end of the class 3 ends at the last house property line. That's where it,
The map is here,
technically
but I'm not
ends.
sure, Mary.
and to
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
Clarendon
really-
line,
you can
would be
do
the
that.
section that we.
It didn't make a lot of
Class
sense.
3,
Yeah.
and I think Bill figured I forget the exact number, but it was $600 and some odd dollars more in the road mileage that we would gain. Or the other option is to do nothing and leave it like it is, and then it is what it is, so.
Just a reminder, of course, that once we up it to class 3, we have to treat it like class 3. And right now, as class 4, we don't. I mean, you get to it when you get to it, which has caused tension between us and Clarendon. And of course, where that last house ends, my property begins. So I don't really care, but
And I don't know if the people up there realize that that is a 64-foot, 65-foot right away.
I'm sure they don't, but.
No, Pies mentioned it to a couple of them before.
you probably did because he told me about it.
From what I was reading, she's calling from the intersection of Boardman Hill, 800 feet south, that section as class 4, and then back to class 3 is what I was reading in that thing the other day. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Well,
Because the beginning is paved and
It
that's
essentially never
22
got
feet wide.
updated in the by the state to VTrans. It never got updated when they added some section there, right? Upgraded some section. So
So we're not sure what part they're talking about.
No, and we're not sure what she wants.
Okay.
and I thought
So is this a good thing for highway to take a look at?
Well, we did.
we did.
And that-
And like I said, Bill's got some more information.
He's
I
been
wasn't in
digging.
on the conversation, but
Okay.
so he has some more information, so at the next.
I was gonna say, if you wanna read that, Mary, maybe you can pick
Yeah.
something out of it. I read it and I didn't,
It's not overly important.
It's not super important.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we're
Well, I
talking,
remember seeing on a map at one point when we were talking about that quarter line class 4 thing.
Yeah.
And I saw on that map that that section of road had a different color ink on it. That was marked class 4, and I thought it was just a typo. And that
You
made
mean
me,
way up by Boardman Hill?
it's at the intersection of Boardman Hill, 800 feet south, that section. So it goes class 3 to Boardman Hill. And it goes class 4,
Then it goes,
800 feet back to class 3, and then back to class 4.
wow.
right in the middle of the pavement. Paved
I
portion.
remember seeing that on a map at one point. I thought it was just a typo, but maybe that's what she's talking about.
So this is a bill to work a little further. He said he was gonna look into it, so.
We'll get it fixed in the next
All right,
35 months or years.
okay. Well, that was exciting.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the highlights of that. meeting. I mean, we did talk a lot about the,
Highway committee,
stuff, just normal stuff. I did bring up the intersection of Green Mountain Plaza and the, Route 7 and getting that third lane. And I sent Dave pictures to verify that the state of Vermont Highway Traffic Division has no standard for traffic signals at intersections. If you come off Windcrest Road, there are 2 lanes. If you're going west, there's a straight left turn and dedicated right turn. If you look across the intersection, there are 4 traffic lights looking at you for 2 lanes of traffic. If you come off from out of the mall down by the car wash, there are 4 traffic lights looking at you. If you come off of Coal River Road, there are 2, 1 for each lane. So our proposal was to add the 3rd lane. So the dedicated left turn, straight left turn, and then the right turn, and use the 2 traffic lights are there. I mean, they want to go down the road and grab a traffic light and stick it on there and make the pole on it. They've got, there's just no, and if they argue with us, is the point being, is there's no consistency. They don't have a traffic light for each lane. And some of those traffic lights are square and they have 4 bulbs in them. So,
I don't know, use that interesting.
so we're gonna keep pursuing this with the state. We get the right guy to talk to again. We'll talk to him again.
And would that mean removing the island?
Right, that we remove the island, put in the other lane. Well, it's not going, it's
They'll
not,
find another spot.
well, no, they've already moved inland. They're using the islands within
We're
the,
using it.
they're using the islands within the, but at
They have
that point,
shifts.
but at that
They
point,
move.
but at that point, once they're in there, they become Green Mountain Plaza owners. They can do what they need to do. Where they are, they're in the state highway and we don't have, so hey, we'll see how that works. But
Alright.
we are asking for this change because of the traffic problem. To snarl up with getting out of there and traffic being backed up into the Green Mountain Plaza. That's why we asked this, even though the traffic report didn't tell us that. And then the other thing that is on here is I requested, us looking into
Oh,
lowering
yeah.
the speed limit on McKinley Avenue West to 25 miles an hour.
So it's 35 now?
It's 35 now. And
The
that-
dead end section.
that dead end section and the steepness of that hill are, it's just, there's a point of that hill where you don't know who's coming at you, which, depending on which direction you're
Yeah,
going.
you've mentioned that. So how do we go about studying to see whether it's warranted?
The speed limit,
I think we just have
the
to say we're
select
gonna
board
change.
discretion, you can vote on it.
Yeah,
And then there's a,
there's
because
a warning period.
it's in the ordinance, so it's an ordinance change, and you have to warn it as an ordinance change.
So it goes to 25 and then it stays 25? for
Once you
how long?
cross once you cross Grove Street, speed limit would become 25.
Okay, it doesn't go to 30. Okay.
It goes to 25 up to the top of the hill and back down.
Just the dead end section.
That-
The
that
police
section.
department about what they're finding up there?
I don't know. They don't, but because I travel
I
a
know, you
lot
do.
and people they come zipping down there. And if you're not paying attention going south on Grove Street, they come down the hill, they look left or right, but they don't stop.
Any feedback from residents of the area?
No, they probably won't. They'll probably say, well, why can't it be 35? But it's that crest of the hill where you can't see. And people tend to drive in the middle of that road if they're doing 35, because if you get close to the edge, you might want to end up in with a stone. Bigger stone. So that's, whatever the board's decision, but
Well, do we want to wait until Matt?
we can wait till Matt's here and we can wait till
Yes.
Bill's here and it's not critical. I brought it up probably once a year for the last 4 years and we haven't done anything yet, so.
Okay. So we'll leave it on the agenda and
Yes,
we'll
please.
take a look at it for next time.
Yep.
All right, I was just going through all of the stuff that we just talked about the grant for the covered bridge. And reporting the highway budget at the town meeting Monday night. Please.
I can make that situation at 4:30, Bob. Be there if I
The report says
can.
7.
So that's all right.
Okay,
I'll do it if you're not there.
okay.
Cause that we talked about this. That's just basically information. There's no changes. People have
No
questions, but
changes.
nothing can
No
be.
changes. It's just, it is what it is. And I read part of what you had in the circle and that was a good explanation. So, yeah. Okay. Anything else I think we've got a whole bunch of stuff done because we
Yeah.
kept you right there.
I don't know. Do you want to mention the other little injury to the building at the state? Yes. I know that's embarrassing as hell, but
Building,
the new one.
New one.
Good. Yes.
the public safety building?
Yeah.
New
Yeah, it's been broken.
one.
I was plowing it Friday night. And I was trying to get the thing and I backed into the corner of the building a little bit and tore the siding. Oops.
Yep.
So,
Didn't move the building though.
Didn't you know I did it, actually?
No.
did you guys know about this?
Ted saw it. And, yeah, everybody's,
Did you write them up?
Maybe seen an accident.
So, so I have.
License, please.
I have a call in to Vic Shappy
Okay,
to ask him who to contact, and then we'll proceed, and then, we're gonna get a hold of the insurance company and see what they want, but, I'm guessing the manufacturer who made the panels will send a representative out, I'm hoping, and they will explain how proper repair, I mean, it's,
all right.
it's,
It's not the first time one of those buildings has been hit.
I know, you always wait for like the first scratch on the earthwork.
yeah, well, we're not gonna make a habit of this, okay?
Oh, I'm all done plowing that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, public safety building on Saturday. I'm like, nope, been there, done that. Good. Somebody else do it.
Yeah.
All
You know, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I guess
It
it
is,
just happens.
it happens.
Anyway. It will be on top of that. I don't know what they recommend, but we'll figure it out.
Good thing we've already had the open house, eh?
And for the truck.
Huh?
No, I never, I didn't even feel it. I'm like, wow, I must have been close to the building, and I made my next pass and I backed up. I'm like, oh. It just tore the siding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are. So hopefully Vic will get back. And anyway, somewhere here, they delivered a whole box of stuff or a whole stuff from the building BMS did. I'll wait till Bill gets back. I'll
Okay.
find, because in there it should tell us who provided those panels.
Plans and diagrams.
Oh, yeah. And then once I find that, you know,
It's Jefford Steel.
Huh?
Jefford Steel.
Shepherd Steel.
That's the company. Huh?
So we'll end up,
Okay.
you know, they may be able to change a panel. They may, I'm sure.
It matches.
What, the green? No, we'll get, no, let's get,
Can we get a good
red
color?
We'll get red panels.
Can we get a good color this time?
We're gonna change that.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right, but anyway, it'll, you know, and in the front of the building is siding and the sides of the building are those panels.
Yeah.
And the panels, there's something about them that the color fades differently and the guy said it would be ugly.
Yeah, they like
Remember the
chalk up.
discussion.
And I don't know, something
We all
about it.
agreed on who we were gonna blame it on. Now I can't remember.
Ed Clark, he's the one who made the decision and he's not here to defend himself, so. Anyway, so,
All
yeah.
right. Anything else for highway or should we let you go?
No, now we beat him up, good, send him home, get some sleep, go back and plow again.
Yeah,
Yeah, we plow tomorrow.
Yeah, the,
thanks.
chloride seems to work pretty good, that
That is
mag chloride.
working- That is working well.
Oh.
Gotta dial it in. We're still,
What I found interesting the last storm, the more traveled roads were worse than the
Yeah.
side roads. The traveled roads that, you know, because that was warm and it came fast and people,
Just back down
and then it didn't want to come off.
If you don't get plowed off quick enough,
Yeah.
they'll pack and then the mag chloride doesn't make quite as much of a brine layer as rock salt will.
Yeah, but
It sticks
it,
fast.
it seemed to scrape off and clean up good.
Yeah.
So,
But the side roads were black, just done.
yeah,
It was,
yeah. Were you able to find a plow for the
I borrowed one from Hubbard's for
mower to
now.
plow? Very good.
Good.
Those are all the things I had on my list.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks to the crew and to the contractors too. All right.
Well, we should
Is
do it.
Mike
Yep,
Delehanty
I saw it today. Yep.
on?
You would know.
I'm the only one.
You're the only one that's gonna know.
All right, let's see who's there. So it looks like, no Mike, Joe Denardo, Public Safety Building Clerk.
I've given my report.
Very good, thank you. John Paul Faignant is not on. Barbara Noise Pulling. Good evening.
Hey, good job, Mary.
Hi, folks.
Hi,
Too
Barbara.
bad about the grant for the pocket park.
Yeah, you guys did good work on that. But, you know, we've been using the work that you put into it, so it's not lost.
Yeah, and you don't have the stomach to try again for the same grant the next quarter?
I mean, we could, and maybe everybody who applied for this quarter and got rejected will give up and go
Mhm.
away and we'll get it. So
Mhm.
one doesn't know.
It's the
Yeah,
only
and
thing we're out is time.
conceivably, we could add Robert Clark's input too, and maybe augment our chances that way. if we could
Well,
get him
we've got
done.
two things to report on, so I shall let you do it. One is our meeting with Robert Clark, and the second is the chief's meeting, not fire and police, the other chief's meeting with the planning commission the other evening. So why don't you bring us up to date?
Yeah, so so we had a meeting with Robert Clark and another person from Otter Creek, and Mary and Bill and myself about a week ago, and to gauge their interest in helping us out with the pocket park, doing a little more design work, and a schedule for work, and they're very much on board. So I forget what the timetable, if they gave us a timetable for them completing that work, Mary.
We kind of gave them a timetable for the phase one work, and
Right.
Robert said he would be getting back in touch with us with the numbers and with what the proposal is, diagrams to do the phase one, which is over to the overlook. And I think we're going to see that sometime in March. And then we'll be able to, because that will have some numbers in it. Robert was saying Otter Creek was really interested in this and would probably give us a good discount on their work. So I guess it's a whole lot more fun doing this than sewer lines. Okay, so that was very encouraging, and they gave us some pointers, and there's some restrictions on types of work that can be done because there's bat nesting season that we have to avoid. But we can flip part of it. We can get the overlook part done and built, and then we can go in and do the invasives removal later in the,
Right.
late August, September in that road. But it's all doable this year. So
Right.
who will be back in touch?
By switching
And they
people
kept
around.
thanking us for including them. So I think they really like this.
Yeah. So is there anything for you to do at this point, or are we just waiting for Robert for Otter Creek?
We're waiting for Robert now, and we were also waiting about the T-Mobile grant. Now the question is, how much is this going to cost us? What parts can the town do in-house with existing highway crews, for example, and what we can do with volunteers? And then from Robert's work, we will get an estimate of what this thing is going to cost. But you and I had scoped out, and you and Bill had scoped out what the T-Mobile, it was 64,500. So it's probably going to come in somewhat under that. But we don't know. We will share those numbers with you, and we'll ask the select board what you would like to do from that point on.
Okay. And then the planning commission has been working on the content for the signs for the pocket park. And we did meet with two of the Abenaki bands in Vermont. I'd had a conversation with another tribe earlier and got their input, but we had a great conversation with a chief and a tribal history preservation officer from the Brattleboro band of the Abenaki, and the chief was from the Northeast Kingdom. Good conversation. There was something that I hadn't thought of as like part of what we want on the signs is not just the history, especially for the tribes. It's probably very likely we'll want to include what they're doing now or where they are now and that sort of thing. And so they gave us some good advice. They're going to continue to work with us to hone the language of the signs. The Planning Commission is going to meet with David Grake at our next meeting for a Super Walmart update. But I think after that, we'll probably spend 3 meetings with historians. We'll probably divide them by like the military history of, the French and Indian War, Revolutionary War period. and then the early mills there. And hopefully combine, maybe the marble and the hydroelectric industries into one conversation. That might have to be two, but 3 or 4 meetings coming up. And, our approach right now is to, get their input and to start coming up with some themes for the signs, because with all of the history there's going to be so much that could go on them. So I'd like to see us really cut it down to what are the main themes, and have some text on there, and also have quite a few links to websites or other places where more information can be found. And, that's done on historical signs quite commonly now. So we've got that. And I need to get in touch with GMP about they're responsible, as you remember, for making the kiosk, giving us a kiosk for the entrance to the park. So I need to check in with them and see how that's going.
How big it is, so we'll know how much space that we have to put all of this history on it.
Yeah. So there's some great signs out there now. There's a lot of digital imagery, laser work being done. There's some companies that have a 10-year warranty on the signs. There's a lot of things that they can do to make it graffiti proof and things like that. So once we figure out what we want to go on the signs, I think the sky's the limit on how good these signs can look, essentially.
It was a fun evening. I really enjoyed that. Your two, well, one was the Chief Don Stevens, and the other gentleman whose name escapes me, the Elnu tribe out of Brattleboro.
Yeah, Rich.
And we kept saying to them, who else should we include? And they said, invite everybody, and then whoever shows up should be. And so they were the 2 who showed up. The Stockbridge Muncie, you've been in touch with. The Mohawks, I got the very distinct impression that the Abnaki did not consider that the Mohawks had much claim to this area.
We're not gonna have an Indian war over
I
this.
don't know. They were very tactful the way they addressed it.
There might be some bad feelings still.
But Mohawks got mentioned by the FERP people because Mohawks are a recognized federal tribe, and the others are not. So anyway, it was really interesting. I had a great time. By the way, we learned that we've been speaking Abnaki all along. Did you catch that one, Barbara? That was great fun.
Uh-huh.
The word for yes in Abnaki is uh-huh. All right. So
yeah, and it's
night
interesting.
meetings really pay off.
Yeah, and it's interesting, the Stockbridge Muncie, they are, they want to be very hands-on. This whole process is like, be careful where you're disturbing the land, and let us know everything that you're doing. And the Abenaki are like, if you find anything, let us know. But we've got plenty of things that we would like to see on the signs, and we're not going to be that hands-on with that process. So we'll play the balance there, work it out somehow.
Okay. So anything else from the Planning Commission? I did touch base with Kevin Brown. He does have the subdivision ordinance, and we do have to get that moving, and he's aware of that. And also the revision to is it the street ordinance? There was something that Highway had tossed to him too, and he's aware of those. So
Good.
Okay. Anything else for Barbara or the Planning Commission? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
See, see what you're missing? All right, next person, Larry Dell Veneri is not on. Marcia Chioffi is not on. And Kari Clark, Town Clerk and Treasurer. Good evening.
Good evening. Looks like I'm the last one tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't really have too much. There is a liquor license that I left on your
Yes.
desk. That is for the East Asian restaurant near Home Depot. That's their annual renewal.
Okay, I have in front of me, while we have the police chief still here, it is a third class restaurant bar license and a first class license, and they are both for East Restaurant LLC. Deputy Chief, anything?
Issues?
Looks no issues there. So is there, and this is one I think there's room so we all can sign. All right, is there a motion for those two licenses?
Move to approve.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the two licenses. All in favor, please say aye.
All right.
Aye. 4-0, none opposed.
Great. Thank you. And just the last thing is the reminder, we're a week away from our town meeting election day. And I've gotten a lot of requests for absentee ballots. I've also seen a lot of people today come in for early voting in the office. So all of those options still remain. They'll remain until Monday evening when we close. So the word gets out there. You can request your ballots or come in and vote. If I send them through the mail, I'm just going to say that I'm not guaranteeing that they will arrive to your destination in time, but I am required to send them out if you request them. But my suggestion would be if you can come in and vote, that way you know that your vote has been done and it's counted. And that's pretty much all I have. Unless anybody has any questions, it's basically dogs and voting right now.
And I keep forgetting my dog license. All right, thank you for the reminder. Please do keep reminding us.
Sure. I did give Dell a sign to put at the transfer station, and I think that is going to help a little bit. But again, any way we can get the word out, that would be great.
Okay. Thank you, Kari. Long day for you on Tuesday, but thank you very much. Do you need anything from us? We had a Board of Civil Authority meeting. And so you've got all of your ballot clerks and all of your, who gets the ballot boxes transported and sets up the booths
Yes.
and so on. That's all set to go.
Oh, and I don't know if Bill let you know or if you were part of the scheduling, but the day before town meeting day is the visit from WCAX. And they're going to, I think, visit the building and talk about the website. And they thought that it would be a great day because they could film some busy happenings in the office for election day. So,
Is it the day before or the day after?
no, it's the day before he'll be here.
I think the email said it was,
The second?
March 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, fun.
Then I think it's supposed to air March 12th.
So, should be some good content. So, if anybody wants to visit during that day, come on in.
Yeah, please. Mhm.
So,
Oh,
that's all I have.
okay. Any questions for our town clerk and treasurer? No? All right. Let me then go through the things that we haven't yet covered, which I think is not too much. We do have a municipal resolution, which is Oh, this is tier 1B status for the purposes of Act 250 jurisdiction. And
We're
we're
not that.
not, because
I was very confused when I
yeah,
read this in the
really,
packet. I'm like, what are we doing with this?
because we're certifying that we have
Zoning.
permanent zoning and subdivision, and we don't. Well, we don't have zoning, so I'm not sure why we have it. So I think we better just put that back in here
People that.
and table that one. Next is the Planning Commission notice. It's number 3 in your packet, that they have compiled and are beginning to have hearings and are continuing to have hearings now on the future land use proposed changes in Rutland Town. They did incorporate the changes that I haven't looked this time, but they did indicate earlier that they had incorporated our suggested changes. I don't know whether you folks have seen it, but there is a meeting coming up and opportunities for comment. Looking for. Then there's how you comment on things in advance. So do take a look at number 3 in your packet. That's mostly for information, but if there's something that's off and we need to change it, do let us know.
They did, the requested changes we asked for, we got.
I believe we
So,
did, because it was up on Post Road
Post Road and Route 7
and Route
South,
7 South.
I believe were the 2 areas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but they gave us a village center designation here. Which was never in there.
Did they?
Okay.
If you look at the map.
Oh, yeah, there is that little,
Yeah.
we have a little chunk there.
It's right here, goes out to like Dewey Field by the looks of it, not
Yeah.
quite Dewey Field,
Yeah.
which I don't know where they
That's the,
dreamed that up.
It's something a long time ago that
Well, we talked about whether we could or whether we should go for it or not, but we decided not to because there's no,
we didn't think we qualified.
no,
and there's no
Suddenly it's-
point.
there was not, we didn't meet all the criteria.
There wasn't a big enough developable piece of land to where it would benefit the town by doing it. It's what we-
Yes, we annexed this cemetery, but that's already inhabited. You know what I was surprised is that they didn't come to us for, one of the, the things on our ballot, what do you call them? The people asking for money. I thought the people running that would have come to the town,
Well-
done their homework and asked for some funds to help keep that up.
The city has taken it over.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. They probably should have. In fact, when it was still under the private group that was running it, I sent them a check. I said, you should be asking every old family that's buried there for a contribution. And so I sent them a check and they never cashed it. So.
I think and what made me think of that was I brought some bottles back to Terrell Street, and I think there's a little sign up there that they're taking donations for the upkeep of cemetery. Yeah. Something there if you want to donate your bottles and can money. Anyway, but
Right.
So,
Well,
yeah.
that's some information.
I don't know what all this seems, well, it all seems screwy because stapled to it is that municipal resolution that we can't sign.
right.
And the map isn't the map that we gave them or we talked to them about.
Does that village center thing.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's going on with this whole packet.
Are we supposed to make noise and get back to them? I think
I
we said.
think we are.
I think the rest of it's right. If
I guess we need some questions answered.
it shows infill areas along Post Road, Route 4 East, Route 7 South, and then that village center, because the colors are pretty close to.
Yeah.
The
Right, let me see
Land
what is
growth.
left for.
Well, and that was the thing. We can't declare a village center because we don't have zoning.
Right.
And that's part of that being that tier 1B.
That's right.
So somebody screwed this all up.
Right, because this is in violation of
That's
Their
big.
own standards.
Their own
Because that was the
standards,
discussion is whether we adopt zoning in order to make a village center, and we decided there's not big
That
enough
was a real
area.
quick discussion. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, there's not big enough area. So, yeah, something screwy's going on there.
All right. I will follow up. All right, what else do we have?
There's a, Bill, the,
Number
5.
5.
Oh.
Okay, the town is soliciting a multi-year bid for spring cleanup, mowing and trimming of multiple properties within the town of Rutland. Bids will be accepted until noon on March 20th, 2026, and then there's information. I think we just
following,
approved it.
well, there's, it says the bids will be open at the select board meeting on January 30th.
I don't think so.
So I'm not sure what date he wants us to open those. I'm thinking, he's thinking March 24th. If they
So why don't
do,
I just change it?
so I read it, I mean, this all is,
How about I move to approve with Bill to update bid opening dates
yeah,
and
Okay.
let he can figure that out.
yeah.
Motion's been made to put out for bid our spring cleanup, mowing and so on.
Yeah.
With Bill to update the
Word date or opening date, yeah.
the open date.
And yeah,
And is there a second?
Yes.
Second. Motion's made and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please.
I
Aye.
Motion carries. Next.
So is that informational only about
Number 6
Diamond Line?
is informational only. The interesting thing to me was they responded really very, very quickly to the application that went through it, and that was a big application. They went through it, and then they had quite a few, but not as many as one would expect with a project that big. So this is the letter of incomplete, and it just tells the applicant and Mr. Drake what they'll need to do to complete the application. And then I'm sure he's working on that and will provide it. And once it's complete, the commission then starts setting up hearings or public hearings on the Act 250 amendment process itself. So information.
10 days ago, when I was checking out the traffic lights that I mentioned in Dave's report, I drove up the roadway to the Diamond Run Mall that should go out back to the hockey rink, and there's the fence they put up. It's 6-foot page wire on, I said on like sticks, little things. There's a gate.
Yeah.
Somebody drove right through the gate.
Yeah.
And they just knocked it down, and so I took 2 pictures and I sent them to Bill, and I
Good.
said, forward those to the owner and to buildings. The fence amounted to basically nothing.
Yeah.
Cause to me, everything that is done up there is a challenge to the people that want to go up there and be destructive and do stuff like that to get in or do stuff.
Yeah. Well, my guess is their plan was to start demolition this spring.
Yeah.
So in another month or 2 or 3.
I think once they're inside
Yeah.
that fence, they're fair game. They smash the trucks up with the excavator.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I mean, that's all the fence is just a liability thing.
And they compromised it.
They made their attempt to keep
Yeah.
people out, and if people want to blow through the gate, well, they tried, and they're free of.
They've got those 2 monitoring cameras up
Yeah.
there as well.
They're probably sabotaged and probably don't work either.
No, they were. Did you notice if they were working when you were
I
there?
didn't. I was just annoyed that this ongoing problem of people just got nothing better to do than to go damage property and cause problems. It's annoying. But anyway, I just.
Talk to me about my mailbox. Yep.
Oh.
It wasn't the highway people. No, not. Okay, so I'm going down, I think we've reported on highway committee, Barbara reported on, pocket park meetings. Rec committee didn't meet, but, you know, like, yeah, you did last time. So under action items, we've done A and B. We just talked about C, and I'll get a little more information, especially about the village center thing and the resolution we can't sign because we don't have zoning. We approved D, which is Eco Car Wash. We've approved the bid for request for mowing services with the amendment Bill will make. F is reducing the speed limit on McKinley, and we'll revisit that when Bill is back and when Matt is here. We did G, which is the covered bridge. We're going to give Bill a go-ahead to look into it. H, plans for March 2nd town meeting. So this is the night before, and I thought it went pretty well with the department heads reporting. How you feeling there, Chief?
Easy.
Yeah. I thought you did a splendid job.
I think it was, you know,
Yeah, they all did. It was fine. It was fine.
I think we use the same format and board fills in. where we
I
need
would
to.
say
It was fun.
they've already heard from us once. They've heard from us in the town report. Keep it short, short, short. And let people go home, rest up so they can vote favorably the next morning.
I voted today. I was part of the crowd. Yeah, we had some time, so I brought Rose over and did it today before the maddening crowds arrive.
Yeah, okay, so that's H, our plans. Any other plans? And there's no reason for us to meet after. So there's nothing to adjust. It's too late. The ballots are printed. Okay, K is just an ongoing disaster recovery process that stays on the agenda. Project list, we went on Pocket Park quite a bit. I do notice that Dave wants a salt shed up at Northwood, so I'm assuming that discussions are ongoing with that.
Well, we did talk about it, but I think when he looked into it the last time, it didn't really. I don't know if we meet the criteria because of some things. I know he said it was one of those things when it might not be worth the effort, but
Okay.
I think at some point, depending on salt usage and how these new things work out, what we need for storage. I mean, the building is actually in pretty good shape
Okay.
for its age. You know, that's going forward, maybe the upper portion might have to be changed, but it,
Might need a code of payment at some point.
Okay. Intermunicipal committee, I reported on at the beginning. It's the 250th anniversary. And when I asked which anniversary, they looked puzzled too.
oh yeah,
But we're gonna go with American independence and then we'll work on
76
Vermont
and then
independence
77, that's right,
next year.
the next year.
This could be ongoing. Okay, that's all I have. We do need an executive session to discuss a personnel matter. We would ask that Mike Rose stay, please.
So move.
Motion's been made
Second.
and seconded, and all in favor, please say aye.
Wait.
Motion carried.
Alright, good enough.
Is that classified as this?
Good enough.
Here's,
And you can open
Thank
the
you.
door.
Thanks, Mike.
no, thank you. I appreciate it. It might not go anywhere.
So we are out of executive session at 10 minutes to 8. Is there a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.